back to the blend tool. So what this lets you do is blend from one shape to another shape. That's what the tool was invented for. And you can as you move it around, you can move the anchor around and you'll get more steps to the blend or less steps to the blend. Or you come back under Object and Blend, and the blend options right here lets you decide how you want the blend to work. You can do a specified number of steps, like 12, for example. And if you click on Preview again, you'll get to see it doing it. Or a specified distance. Say you want a blend to happen every 0.6 inches. So you can do that. So now we're getting a really kind of cool star being morphed from a rectangle shape. Okay. So select your blend and you go under Object, Blend, and Blend Options. Okay? And then Object, Blend, Blend Options. Specified distance, specified steps, smooth color. We're going to do specified distance for right now. I'm going to click OK. Now the fun thing about it, because everything's fun, is the line, you see it made this line right here from the middle of the rectangle to the middle of the star. You can add points to that line using the pen tool. So it's just a line like we've been using lines before. And then you can use the indirect select tool and manipulate those lines. And then you get this kind of cool worm-shaped thing. You can even go to the anchor point tool and add curves to the lines. And just like that, in like 3 seconds, you've created this super cool looking thing. But you're probably thinking, Professor Boyle, why would I ever want to use that? Sure, that looks cool, but if I show that to my boss, they will fire me. So, let me show you something you might want to do with it. So let's do United States PDF. Okay, so I did United States PDF. This one came up on waterproofpaper.com. It's a PDF. PDF means that it's a vector image, something we're going to be able to adapt. And so I'm going to download this. And I'll go to the folder where it's at, PDF. And I'm going to drag it into Illustrator. Let's see if that works. It's password protected. So this is the danger of looking online for things. Some people password protect it. That means you can't edit it in Illustrator. I first discovered this when I tried to remake the New York City subway map. You can't do that. So that comes up. You have to go to a different one. Let's see if this one works. State capitals 2 under nationalmap.gov. Try downloading this one. Show it in the folder. Drag it into Illustrator. And that time we got it. So nationalatlas.gov had this other one. And I'm going to get rid of this blend shape. Work on this. I'm going to go to Object and let's see. Is this? This may not have come in right. No, it's vector. this one also appears to be in a format that doesn't let me edit it. So I'm going to go back again. This one's on eduplace.com. Let's try this one. Let's try. Okay. I think it doesn't like that I'm dragging and dropping them. So I'm just going to open it from Illustrator. Okay. So what I had to do, dragging and dropping it, it was bringing it as a linked file, a placed file. So instead I went File, Open. I went to the Downloads folder where I was downloading them, double-clicked on it, and opened it to there. Now you'll see I have the United States, and I can affect all of the different boundaries and borders and everything. Okay, it's even got the grid lines on it and everything like that. Okay, so I'm going to go through and get rid of all the stuff I don't want right now. So I'm just selecting it and hitting the delete button. I'm going to throw away everything for now because I just want to work on the actual states themselves. But you have to be a little careful because some of the shapes are all combined in one object. So I'm going to hit expand. That lets me take that out, that out. So as you're grabbing these things, they might be all attached in different ways. And sometimes in order to get rid of them, you have to come down to Object and Expand. Sometimes you don't. I'm not going to need Alaska for this. The one thing I don't want to get rid of is this outside border, because I need to keep the states for that. Okay, so I'm just getting rid of everything except the United States. We'll worry about Hawaii later. Sorry. Take away Mexico. Yeah. We'll deal with that later. This is how to steal, by the way. If they don't want you to steal it, they'll put that protection on it. And if they don't, then they want you to take it. So getting rid of most of this stuff. Get rid of Canada. Okay. Now I've got all the states individually. Yeah, that's what I want. So maybe if I get rid of this, the states are still there. Okay, so you can just, for this one, you can just delete the border. The states are all still there. Get rid of this. Get rid of the Great Lakes. And I'm going to grab everything, and I'm going to change it to the default fill and stroke. Then I can see it all a lot better. So that was grabbing everything and just clicking this little button right here, the default fill and stroke button. And now I can see what my actual outlines are, and I can get rid of these last things I don't need. But maybe we'll just leave them there for now. Okay. So what I could do with this, now that I've got the map of the U.S. basically cleaned up, a little bit of leftover Hawaii right there. grab it. I'll scoot it over here to the corner. And then let's say I want to do a comparison of California, Nevada, Utah, and Arizona. I'm going to move them over here. And I'll shrink the rest of this down. Just get it out of the way. So, let's say that I want to show visually the difference between something about these 4 different states. So I can move a copy. I'm using the Alt key to move a copy of Nevada a certain amount, and Utah a certain amount, and Arizona less, and California more. And then, using that blend tool that we used earlier, I can say, okay, that's the amount for California, that's the amount for Arizona, that's the amount for Utah. You know, say it's gambling or illegal immigration or garbage pickup times or something like that. Object, blend, make. And then I could say, well, Nevada has actually more, so I'm going to move it up higher. You see, this is starting to make sort of a comparison chart between the 4 different states. And then maybe to make it more clear, I would make the Utah one yellow and the California one magenta, and the Nevada one cyan, and the Arizona one red. Okay, I don't think this is what the people that invented the blend tool in Illustrator had in mind, but I discovered it and like, oh, I can make these charts now. This would be really great. Okay. So I'll do that again with these upper 5 states. One thing you might do as well, this is going straight up with them. You've got the option of, I mean, you've got a million different things you can do with them, but I've got to get rid of the, yeah. So you could say, for example, when you're moving them, you switch to the selection tool, and if you hit enter when something is selected, you can tell it exactly how far you want it to move and at what angle. So if I wanted to be more precise, I could say, okay, I'm going to assume that drunk driving related deaths are 1 inch equals 100 of them or something like that. And so I say, okay, I want Montana to go vertically 1 inch. Oops, wrong way. So when you click on it, you get to do this precise thing. So I'm going to make my angle 90. Brings up this thing that lets you do it with precision. And I want it to go 1 inch 90 degrees. I can click the preview. Yes, that works. Now I have that there. But what I should have done first was make a copy of it. I'm just going to drag down a different copy from here. But I would hit copy, and then Illustrator lets you do a copy. Like you can just do copy and paste. If you hit paste, it'll just paste it somewhere on the screen, usually in the middle. There's also a paste in front and a paste in back button. So I would use Control F for paste in front. And now there's a version of Montana right on top of the other Montana. If I hit enter to move it, then I can move it 90 degrees, 1 inch, and I see it right there. Click OK. And now using the place tool, the blend tool, I can make my blend and then go back to blend options. And so currently every 0.6 inches it will make a copy of Montana going up, but maybe I want to make it like every 1/10 of an inch it does that. And then I could say every piece of this stack represents 10 drunk driving related deaths. So I do it for Montana like that. And then I would grab Washington and I would do the same thing. I would Control C for copy and then Control F for paste in front, or it's right under here, paste in front, under edit. And then I would hit enter. And let's say that this is Seattle, so they have, maybe it's 2 inches. Oops. It is 2 inches here. Preview it. Yep, that works. And then when I make my blend, make. Well, that's not what I wanted to happen. I think these little islands in here are confusing it. So it's your choice. When you're simplifying something, maybe I'll just pretend the islands aren't there. I'll just select the main part of the body and go to blend, make, then I have it like that. And then so on and so on. Okay? So you can start thinking, I'll do this again Wednesday, just so we run through it again so you have it all clear. I've also recorded it. Is this a tool that you guys can visualize being helpful for trying to say, you know, here's this many cars that are affecting here, and this many that are affecting here, and you can make these kind of bar graphs that have an illustration on them in order to say something about your project. Okay, that's a useful tool that I've used many times. Okay, any other questions on it? For now, we'll run through it again at the beginning of Wednesday's class. This is where the class gets a little more boring because we're getting into technical stuff. It's not just new stuff every day. There we go. Happy President's Day. You should post your Abraham Lincoln pictures on Instagram. Say Happy President's Day. Yeah, Lucy just put a microphone on.
Oh, okay. I had a question about, so when I was doing my Atlas way in advance, not last time, I used the like brush tool where you make your own little pattern and turn it into a brush. So I did that, and then I was trying to kind of slice off part of it at one point in my, so I was trying to do the thing where you do the shape, or you put like something over it, and then you do like a cookie cutter thing, but it didn't work, it just deleted.
Oh, because a blend is a different sort of object. It's a group object. So like I would have that same problem here. It's now seeing this as a different thing.
You tried to like cut off part of that, and you wouldn't be able to.
Right.
Okay.
So if you wanted to do it though, let me pull this over here. You would have to expand it first. And now see how it's turned it into a million of the same little thing. So before, it's just showing you the blue lines here and here. And then if you bring it over, so this is a piece of computational software going on, right? And now you hit expand, just whatever comes up is usually the right thing. Now it's a whole bunch of those things all stacked right on top of each other. You see it's filled in all the different things. So now you could ungroup them, and now I can
ungroup stuff.
Yeah, but now I can affect them individually Whereas before, if I was to move stuff around, it's gonna, like it's keeping all the.
Yeah, I had things grouped. I had stuff grouped too, so.
Yeah, so
Okay.
expand it, try expanding it, and then
See if that can slice it off. I mean, I figured out a workaround. I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just
right.
cut this off where I want to cut off.
Yeah. Once you've done some of those things, the pattern brushes and stuff, it creates its own thing in the software.
Yeah.
In order to edit it, you have to expand it.
Okay.
And then it's all
All right.
visible.
Thank you.
Question? There was, but it was having trouble uploading. I'll check it again and see if I can get it fixed. Yeah, I'm recording all of them now. So, but there was some issue with uploading. Yeah.
Oh.
This did it, but it does.
Because this is your project, and I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
I'm not really.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
As long as people are working, I don't really care.